In a span of about 2 weeks, I managed to do 11 attacks. And while not all of them were a home run, I felt like I learned a lot and actually enjoyed myself this time around. Did I fail my personal art fight challenge? Let's take my constraints one by one. Did I complete every attack in 4 hours? No, I went overtime on 2 of them. Did I draw daily? No, I only managed to keep that up for 3 days. Hell, did I even respect the results of the wheel? Not really, because if I did always go for the first result it gave me, nearly all of my attacks would have been focused on colors. By those metrics, I completely failed my challenge. But here's the thing, none of those things were my true goal. They were guidelines to support me as I worked towards what I really wanted to do, which was to push myself artistically. I drew 2 backgrounds, I experimented with line art and coloring styles, and for the first time in a while, I felt in tune with my process. Of course, in theory, it's easy to always move the goalpost to make every failure feel like a success, but between me and the guy who gave up completely because they couldn't keep up with their super rigid personal standards, who's actually drawing more? I like drawing. I'm supposed to enjoy what I'm doing. Who cares if I'm not doing it perfectly or optimally all the time? I speak strongly about this because I nearly sat out of Art Fight this year because of a personal belief of having poor discipline. How can I manage the drawings for my Ko-fi members alongside gifting art? What if I don't manage to attack or revenge anyone because I run out of steam? Fortunately, I decided to give it a go anyway and ended up having a really good time, as well as receiving some spectacular art of my OCs. Of course, I'm not saying everyone should participate in Art Fight or that the solution to burnout is brute forcing it. As evidenced by the fact that I didn't adhere to my draw every day rule, letting yourself rest is really valuable. My circumstances are also pretty different from last year. I have been unemployed for a full year now and had time to recover from my art thesis by reading, watching things, hanging out with my friends, and making videos. If you're feeling the way I did, directionless, like you've plateaued, or like you're not doing enough, I don't have a perfect solution for you. I mean, the thing that worked for me this year didn't pan out the first time I tried it. So I want to avoid giving generic advice like, be kind to yourself, or just do your best, because odds are you've heard that 100 times already. And if not, it doesn't sound very helpful. Don't get me wrong, I do want you to be kind to yourself and for you to just do your best, but having been on the receiving end of those kinds of platitudes, it takes a lot of time and effort to really let that sink in. So if anything, I hope sharing my experience gave you ideas to try new things, or showed you that failing or struggling, while a necessary part of the process, doesn't have to be scary or terrible.